What is the future price of Ethereum proof of work? As you may know, Ethereum will no longer be mineable. Since the 15th of September will be proof of stake. But some community has created Ethereum proof of work, basically a fork that will be mineable. What is the real value that this fork should have? Right now we have seen it in some exchanges at around $50, but should it be worth more given the utility it has? In this video we are going to talk possible prices for this token given different levels of utility that it may have in the future. But before we start, as I always say, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It helps a lot. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, you can always subscribe. It's totally free. And if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below, or you can reach us out in Instagram. The link is in the description. And lastly, but not less important, we have our own ASIC miner shop. If you're interested in buying ASICs at the best price, you have the link in the description also. And with all that said, let's go! Okay, so here we are, and as you can see, Ethereum Proof of Work is basically, as I said, a fork from Ethereum Proof of Stake that will happen on the 15th of September, and as I said, it doesn't exist yet, okay? Ethereum Proof of Work is a protocol that, as you can see, already has a price. We can find it in different exchanges. We have it in Poloniex, we have it in Gate.io, and we have it in Mext, but it's not actually traded, like it doesn't actually exist. It's kind of a bet right now because they didn't launch their mainnet yet. So if you go to CoinMarketCap, you can see that there is no contract that you can add. For example, if you go to Ethereum Classic, you have the contract here. Well, Ethereum Proof of Work didn't launch yet, okay? It's still in preparation, but I do have a person from my personal Telegram channel we have in Spain that is working with them in this network of testing that they are doing right now. So I know that they are doing the testing, and probably around the 12th or 15th of September they will launch. Still, even though the project didn't launch, you can already trade it in different exchanges like Poloniex, and as you see, the price right now is $54. So what is the price of this project? Should it be higher? And what are the reasons that make a project price to be higher or to be lower? And how do they affect this project? First of all, who is behind this project? It's always important to know who is behind. Well, Ethereum Proof of Work, they have their own Twitter, to be honest. In the Twitter they are posting sometimes, and they also have their own website where you can check what they are doing. The problem, if you go to get started, they have like a link tree where it sends you to their Discord and things, but it doesn't work, okay, which is not a good thing given who is behind. But who is behind Ethereum Proof of Work in general? Okay, Ethereum Proof of Work, you can see it here. Basically they created this we are all gonna make it foundation. Basically is backed by a lot of Chinese miners. As you know, there's a lot of mining of Ethereum in Asia, and if you go to any pool like Ethermine pool, for example, where you can check the statistic of who's mining in this pool, you can see that from all the hash rate, which is 263 terahash, 135 terahash are from East Asia, and 7 terahash are from East Asia 1, which means in total East Asia is around 140 terahash, something like that, over 260, which is more than half. So basically there's a lot of mining in Asia, and basically they don't like the idea that Ethereum won't be mineable anymore. Why? Well, because Ethereum is a huge business, okay? So what did these people thought? They thought, okay, let's do a fork. For people who don't know, I'll explain it very quickly, but very simple. What is a fork? A fork is when you get one blockchain, which is basically this block of this chain of blocks. Sorry, I don't know how to talk. That we have, and they basically split it in two. This has happened a lot before, and a big example of it is Ethereum Classic. In 2016, there was a big, misunderstanding and controversy in Ethereum. No, not misunderstanding, controversy, because there was basically a hack, and the main Ethereum Foundation, the leaders, they wanted to go back in time and make like, okay, this didn't happen, and so people said like, no, this is not okay. Okay, the blockchain should always represent what happened. If there was a hack, we are very sorry, but it happened. We cannot change it. So what did they did? They did a fork basically from that blockchain. Now there is two blockchains: Ethereum, normal Ethereum, and Ethereum Classic. Okay, Ethereum Classic is the first fork of Ethereum, or the most common one. Okay, so it's a good example that we will follow to understand its price and the price of the future Ethereum Proof of Work. So now that we know what this fork is and who is behind, because as I said, basically the people behind the Ethereum Proof of Work fork is basically similar to the people behind Ethereum Classic. We have Chandler Guo, which is one of the main guys who forked Ethereum Classic, being behind this fork. And I think this type of people that we have behind is, as I said, Asian miners, a lot of money from the Asian side, and also the community linked to Ethereum Classic. So what is the value of this token? As I said, right now this token is valued at $54. Why? how do you value a project? This is what we're gonna see right now. So right now the token, as I said, is $54, which is around 3.5% of the value of Ethereum. Basically what it's saying is that this token will have 3% of the value of Ethereum. Remember, when the forks happen, you don't get free money if you hold Ethereum. Basically, if you have normal Ethereum, 98%, well, in this case 96.5% of your Ethereum will become Ethereum proof of stake, and then you will get an airdrop, basically magic money of the internet, which will be 3.5%, which will be Ethereum proof of work. It's not like free money created from the internet, it's just a part of Ethereum will move out of that Ethereum proof of stake. So why only 3.5%? Why is not valued as more? Well, the main way to value a token is based in his utility, and the best way to see this is comparing Ethereum Classic, okay? If you see Ethereum Classic is $32. As I said, Ethereum Classic, it's already a fork of Ethereum, so it works the same way, so it's very easy to understand it when we compare it with Ethereum. The relationship between Ethereum Classic and Ethereum, you can see, is 2% of the value. So basically, Ethereum Classic keeps 2% of the value of Ethereum. Why? Because there is nothing to do with Ethereum Classic, okay? The main price of Ethereum Classic is just speculation, okay? If you go to the charts of Ethereum Classic, you can see that like in the last year, when it grows a lot, it's because of Ethereum, and it's just pure speculation. Because what can you use Ethereum Classic for? If we go to DeFi, which is a website where you can compare a lot of DeFi statistics of chains, you can go to chains and you can check how many protocols there is in every chain. This means how many protocols they are creating, or they live in different chains. As you can see, the biggest one is Ethereum. Ethereum is like 60% of all of them, 57%, which is huge, and it used to be more. It used to be like 80%. What is Ethereum Classic here? Well, Ethereum Classic is in the position 114, if I'm not mistaken, or 113, with $629,000 locked. In the normal Ethereum, there is not 6,000, there is $34 billion. Okay, it's a huge difference. What does this mean? Basically, if you go to the Ethereum Classic ecosystem, this is the Ethereum ecosystem. Okay, in Ethereum ecosystem, you have a lot of good projects. You have MakerDAO, you have Lido, you have Uniswap. All of these, they are over $5 billion value locked in, which means there's a lot of money in them. Like they are very big. Okay, they are very important. But if you go to Ethereum Classic, first of all, they launched this in 2022, okay? So before, you couldn't do any DeFi in Ethereum Classic. And second, there's nothing. Like, there's Ethereum Swap, Hiwi Swap, Fusion Swap. There's nothing. Like, there is 3 exchanges. They have like $100,000, which sounds like a lot, but we don't know how liquid that is, how real that is. So maybe it's not that real. So there's basically no case where you will use Ethereum Classic. Why? Because if you want to use Uniswap or any other application in the Ethereum ecosystem, you'll have to use your MetaMask. You'll pull out your MetaMask, and you will have to pay the fees with Ethereum. You're always going to be paying fees with Ethereum. What does it mean? It means you will have to buy Ethereum. So you will always have people buying Ethereum, which if there's more people buying than people selling, price will go up. It's that simple, okay? Simple economics. So the more utility Ethereum has, the more people will be buying Ethereum, and the more the price will go up. But Ethereum Classic, a part of speculation, because that's the main reason tokens go up, if people is speculating and just buying for no reason. But why would you buy Ethereum Classic? With a reason. Not without a reason, just like buying because you think the price is going to go up. Would you buy Ethereum Classic to use it for something? No, you cannot do that. I mean, there's no way. Like even with the total value lock that they have, why would you like buy Ethereum Classic? You're not going to use it for anything. But with Ethereum, you are. So I think this is the main thing that we have to understand to be able to value this Ethereum proof of work. Why? Because this Ethereum Classic was forked from Ethereum in 2016. In 2016, DeFi didn't exist. So their chain, as you can see, only has 3 protocols, while the chain of Ethereum is completely different, it's much older, and it has 400 protocols. But what about Ethereum proof of work, this fork that we're gonna have? How many protocols are they gonna have? The thing is, Ethereum proof of work is basically if we divide Ethereum right now, okay? They are making the fork right now, which means that all these applications that we are seeing in Ethereum, okay, like for example, MarketDAO, Lido, Uniswap, Curve, Aave, Convex, all of them, they all work in Ethereum proof of work. Most of them, they have been asked like, hey, are you gonna work in Ethereum proof of work, or are you gonna move to Ethereum proof of stake? And most of them are saying that they are moving with Ethereum proof of stake, which is normal, is usual. That's why Ethereum proof of work only has 2% of the value, or 3.5% of the value of the normal Ethereum. But do we really know if they are going to move or not? That's where I think the interesting point comes. Because if one of these protocols decides to stay in Ethereum proof of work, it would change a lot. Remember, one of these protocols, only one would be $4 billion. I'm talking like top 10, okay? Top 10 protocols, they're all over $1 billion. Just with one of them staying, the value of the chains would increase so much that would be way higher than 3.5% of the value of Ethereum. But not only that, there is 400 protocols in the Ethereum network. You can go down, 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 and still look, 39 million staked in a random cream protocol. You go down again, number 100, Stadler, 11 million staked in a random protocol. There's so many protocols, and if they stay in Ethereum Proof of Work, they will get free marketing because they will be the protocol that stayed on Ethereum as a Proof of Work. They will be getting free marketing basically. So it can be interesting for them to stay because, and this is the main point, if they want to go to Ethereum Proof of Stake, they have to change some stuff. Basically, they have to change their app. They will have to change how it works. They have to change a couple of things, and it's not that easy. So basically, Ethereum is communicating with them and is explaining them what they have to do, what they have to change, and most of them probably will change to Ethereum Proof of Stake. But why wouldn't they offer both of them? Remember, when you go to Uniswap and you want to exchange a token, you can choose in which chain you want to work, because Uniswap works in a lot of chains. You can use Uniswap when you go there in the Ethereum chain. You can use it in Avax chain, in Avalanche chain. You can use it in any chain that you want. Okay, so why wouldn't they just add this Ethereum Proof of Work chain that they already have, like they are already built in that chain? That's what I think that people is not taking into account, and that's what I think, in my opinion, Ethereum Proof of Work should be more valuable that they are valuing right now. Like in the markets right now, it's 3.5% of the value of Ethereum. But as soon as one of these protocols decides to stay in Ethereum Proof of Work or to basically divide and say, yes, we're gonna work in Ethereum Proof of Stake, but we're also gonna work in Ethereum Proof of Work. Obviously, Ethereum Proof of Work is not as efficient as Ethereum Proof of Stake. That's why they are moving to Proof of Stake. So it's never gonna be worth more than Ethereum Proof of Stake. But I think it could be close if there is enough applications staying. This is basically a bet. Are you betting on, do people think that these applications are going to stay, or they are undervaluing the value of these applications staying and the possibility of this probability of these applications staying in Ethereum Proof of Work? That is my opinion. As I said, this is not financial advice, this is how I see it, but I think 3.5% is very few value because, as I said, if you see Ethereum Classic, it has 2% of the value, and Ethereum Classic has nothing built in it. So if Ethereum Proof of Work just doesn't get anything, like any app stays, it already has 3.5%. As soon as one app from 400 decides to stay, you will have more than 3.5%. That's what I think personally. So I think it's a very easy bet. I think that the probabilities are on your side, and it's something that I think interesting. So what is going to be the price of Ethereum Proof of Work? I think if things go decently, I think it could get 5% of the value of Ethereum, okay, which would be basically 1x from here, around $100. I don't think that's too complicated. As I said, this is not any financial advice. I'm just giving my thoughts and why I think it could happen, but don't bet on it. Don't invest on Ethereum Proof of Work, because there is also some risk that we're going to comment now. But I think that is a possibility. In case that it goes very well and one of the big protocols, I'm talking like one in top 10, like MarketDAO, Lido, Uniswap, decides to work also in Ethereum Proof of Stake, then you will have basically a token that, in my opinion, will get at least 10% of the value of Ethereum Proof of Stake. Maybe I'm confusing, maybe it's not true, but I think that's a possibility. And that would be around 10%. It would be around, $150, like 3x from now, approximately. So that's how I see it. If you want to do this bet in a safe way, we made a video about the strategies that I'm using for the merge. We'll have it around here. But basically, right now, the difference between the futures of Ethereum, which is $1,565, and the spot of Ethereum, sorry, this is the spot, the futures of Ethereum are $1,544. The difference is $20, which means that they are valuing Ethereum Proof of Work even less. People is valuing Ethereum Proof of Work on $20. So if you go short in the future and long in the spot, you are risking $20 to get the value of Ethereum Proof of Work with maybe 50, maybe 100, or maybe $150. Like, I think there's a huge asymmetric risk there. I think it's very interesting risk, and I personally think it's a very cool strategy right now. But what are the risks? Well, first risk is when you talk with my friend, for example, the one who's working with them, basically the fork hasn't been done yet, the chain didn't launch yet, and they are still in the testnet. Okay, if you see, maybe I think you can see it here. This is the testnet. Okay, they are trying the Ethereum Proof of Work Iceberg testnet, which is, as I said, is a testnet, but they didn't launch yet. So there can be problems with their token, that's for sure. And as you can see, they are trying here some smart contracts and everything, but there can be some problems. What is the second risk? There is not only one fork of Ethereum. This is the fork of Ethereum that most people know, but there are other forks. Like, for example, Ethereum Fair. What is Ethereum Fair? Same thing. It's basically a fork of Ethereum. You can see it here. They are basically talking about how they are going to make the fork on the 15th of September. They also have like 13,000 followers. Maybe they bought it, probably. You never know what is fake, what but it's not fake anymore. But it's the same. It's some Chinese guys, because they are also Chinese, who want to fork Ethereum. So there won't be only one fork of Ethereum. There will be a lot of forks of Ethereum. So what happens if there's a lot of them? If there's a lot of them, maybe this Ethereum proof of work that we talk about loses all the value and gives to other. For now, we have seen that Ethereum proof of work is the most stable one, the most that people value, and that the one that is going to be listed in most places. Even they talk with 2 miners. Seems like 2 miners is going to create a pool to mine this Ethereum proof of work. So I think for miners, that's great news, first of all. But as I said, there is some risk. You don't know the community behind, okay? It's pretty closed. As I said, I have my friend in there. All of them are Chinese. It's difficult to communicate with them still. They all speak in Chinese. It's all Chinese miners. It's Chinese people behind it. Like, not only the miners, the money behind, Chandler, Guo, other investors, they're all from China. And Asian, cryptocurrency in Asia, they are very strong, okay? They are very important. But it's a type of people that they don't do the marketing the same way we do. If you check just a Chinese website, they don't look like European website. So you cannot evaluate as well a European project. If I see a European project, I know if it's gonna work or not. But if I see a Chinese project, I don't know who's linked to, like who's directed to, because maybe it's directed to Chinese people and they like that style. But for example, when I go to the website and the link just doesn't work, what am I thinking? I'm thinking like, what the hell? Why is this not working? You know. But if it's a Chinese project, for them maybe it's normal. They just want it to work. You know. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, there is risk because you don't really know who's behind of this. That's the main risk. You don't know if it's gonna be the only one. You don't know who's behind, and you don't know if it's gonna go well, because maybe they do the testnet and it works terrible. Okay, they said they have something like on the 12th. They said there's gonna be like a shutdown. They're gonna shut down their miners or something like that. We'll see what happens on the 12th. But as I said, there is some risk. This is not a free risk trade. Like everything is gonna go amazing. Maybe Ethereum proof of work is worth nothing, because remember, when people receive the Ethereum proof of work, most of them probably will just sell it and get the Ethereum proof of stake, because who wants Ethereum proof of work when you can get your Ethereum proof of stake full value? Remember, when your money is being divided, so most people will receive this proof of work, this proof of stake will lose some money, and then they will just transfer it to proof of stake and they will have the full value. So there's going to be a lot of sell pressure on the beginning. That's for sure. So that's the biggest risk that I think, in my opinion, that and the people behind. But I think it's very interesting. And as I said, as long as some applications stay there, so there is some use for them. Like basically, if you use Ethereum proof of work for, I don't know, for staking, well, not for staking in Lido, that's for sure, because they only do staking, but for making some exchange in Uniswap, for using Curve, for using Aave, for using Convex Finance, any of them, I think then the price of Ethereum proof of work can skyrocket. And as I said, I think it's an interesting bet and an unbalanced bet, in my opinion. But anyways, that's all I wanted to share today. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to subscribe to see more videos like this, you can always do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!